Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to this stream. We had a stream in the morning where I mentioned that what we want for Bitcoin is there is an expectation, there is a possibility of Bitcoin continuing from here, go to Monday high, sweep up the highs, go to 64.5, the 786 Fibonacci level, and the harmonic plays out. So that target is achieved, guys, and with 64.5, that's achieved. And I also mentioned, in the morning that this blue line is our bull bear territory. The 64.9 is where, the bull bear territory lies. So basically, if you flip 64.9 over here, we are at a resistance range, gentlemen. If you flip here, then it's like, we are literally buying the market, or maybe any pullback we get it. And we should be then aiming for more upside towards 68, 69. So let's try and evaluate Bitcoin from an Elliot wave theory perspective. Well, honestly, what I feel is that there is a possibility over here is that that we are doing an irregular expanded flat, meaning that we are still in a corrective mode actually. So it's like we are more of here. It's not that we have started something, a new move on an upside, but it's more like a very interesting accumulation that's happening. So let's say this is your channel, that's your range that we are talking about, and this is your another range that we are looking for. So basically you got an impulsive move which is bullish for now. Okay, let's understand it is a bullish. Basically this was your bottom. Okay, this is where we literally bottomed on 56,800, 57,000 locally, and and we did a very interesting one to A B, some sort of an ABC or 5 waves, you can say a 5 waves on an upside, another 5 waves on the downside. Now this can't be a very shallow ABC. No, I mean that's very hard to believe. Yeah, like a very shallow ABC, but clearly what it tells me that this is some sort of a 1 2 1 2, or maybe some sort of a ABC. So practically, let's say this is like ABC, another A, B, C, and then you got like 1, 2, a sharp one and upside for wave 3, for a retest of wave 4 would come around 63,750, and then one more push up like this, or maybe a swing filler pattern, take up the liquidity and form a range kind of a structure. So practically we range and we do something like this, and then we look for a higher up move on an upside to its $70,000. Now that's a very likelihood possibility for Bitcoin, or maybe it just simply flip up the as I mentioned 64.9. We don't lose it, we flip it up, we hold it here and accumulate there, and we'll run it up more towards 70k. But overall the final target in my view for this whole pump on an upside is 70k. Now it comes from here, or it's just like an accumulation. So more likely my plan is to have an accumulation channel forming. Why? Because if you look at from the bigger perspective or bigger high degree perspective, the high degree suggests that yes, this was the kind of a move that we wanted, and now that it's here, I think we should more likely look for more confluence. Now let's say if this is topped out here, there's a likelihood that we might even top out here, because lot of longs are piling up, lot of people are shorting as well over here. The funding is negative, so there's a likelihood that we might see a sweep of the highs, forming a very interesting very interesting harmonic and very bullish. Not necessarily we should be now going back to 58,500, but even 59,000 would do, or maybe even 59 to 58.5 would do better. So this is supposed to be the lower term time frame, but remember the midterm time frame, we have this harmonic since long, and I do think my target for this whole harmonic is somewhere around the fib of 786, which is around $70,000, 69,000 to $70,000, 69.1 to $70,000. That's what the target for this overall move. Now this move may happen, as I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, that I feel that, and the way I'm seeing this whole move, clearly this is some sort of a wave A over here. I mean, just look at yourself, just ask yourself, if you look at the lower term time frame, I don't buy that this is like some sort of an finished move. I mean, this is the move that we finished. No, this to me looks like a very interesting. I mean, just look at it here. So practically this is where your first move ended, and after which we got a very nice impulsive move. So practically after this move ended, we got an impulsive move over up here, and then we got another impulsive move on the downside, followed by a sideways 1-2-1-2, and maybe you can say one expanding diagonal, and after that ABC move here, and then another 5 waves on an upside, and then again A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like ABC move, and then again 1, 2, or some sort of a 3, 4, 5. So practically what I mean to say over here, not going to make it more complicated, that this move here is clearly, in my view, not a bottom. Now, the the idea of it being invalidated, let's say the idea of it being not a bottom, is very high. Why? Because as I already mentioned, that I see this whole move is like some sort of a wave A, irregular expanded flat wave B, and then we are looking for a wave C, and wave C can go for an expansion, may even go for 161 ideally. So if we draw from the fifth perspective, just look at here, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see what exactly we're talking about. So ideally your extension should go around 1414, and max, I mean, I would say I would not like to see it go past or flip 1618. I mean, yeah, the wick is fine. I would not like to see a daily closure above 1618, which also coincides, but the worst case scenario, it can even go to 2414. Now that is a very, very, very upper case actually, that's I would say. So practically speaking, I do think that we are very, very close for finishing this whole move at this point. So there are two possibilities over here, and the two counts that I have. First is the bullish count. The bullish count suggests over here that, let's say this was your wave 1, 2, another 1, 2, 3, and basically it's just simply gonna go to 3, 4, and 5 towards $70,000. Okay, we pump it up to 70K. That's our wave 1. That's a bullish count that we have for Bitcoin. Honestly speaking, there is a good chance for this count to play out as well. Why? Because eventually we want USD dominance to dump it down towards 4%. So eventually we are anticipating USD dominance to go down to our level, practically. So what I feel over here is there is another accumulation happening on the USD dominance fund actually. So this is the range that we are having it for the USD DOM, and that's the another range that we are having it. Okay, so practically this is what we this was the highs, and that's where A, B, and we are going a C wave. So practically speaking, I would like to see one more push up for 5.24%, and later on dumping down to 4% would be a very, very good idea, and forming a range sort of thing. But if we lose 4.87%, if we lose 4.87% on USD dominance by closing a daily under it, and as well as we're closing 4 or 2 consecutive candles, so 2 consecutive 4-hour candle under 4.87 is going to confirm that USD dominance is stopped out, and we are aiming for more and more downside towards 4%, which means that we should simply be longing the market. Whatever you get it, you just simply long it. So that's what the idea. So you have this bull case scenario for Bitcoin. So that's your bull case scenario. The bear case scenario, as I already mentioned, we simply go for ABC move, meaning this is A, this is B, this is wave 1, this is wave 2 over here. We are literally in the wave 3 with the volume is picking up. Wave 3, 4, 5 here, and then go for a deviation, and then we look for a deviation on the downside. And that's what the bear case scenario for Bitcoin, like more of an accumulation in a range actually. We are just accumulating. Understand, it is a very simple thing that this is your premium zone over here, which is also, or which was also your supply zone. And understand this is your, discount zone. So whenever the price go there, it's simply going to bounce. People are going to buy. So that's your discount zone, and above is your premium zone. Very, very simplistic approach that we will use it. Once the premium zone is flipped into support, you know the drill. The price can literally shoot up, from here, from this level, for another 8 to 9% move towards $70,000. And very, very light. And that's what we don't want to miss, that pump of 8 to 9% towards 70K, and maybe can even go to $71,000. Now, as I mentioned, as I was talking about, near, first of all, I would just like to check near as well. If it flips daily above 7.665, that's a very strong candle, guys, and you should not be ignoring it, because the target for near then would be, I would say, very, very close to $14. It would be like that. So near is having all my attention, and it seems to me like it just feels ready to me. Actually, it looks amazing. I would personally look for a $14 target for near if it just gives us a closure of above 7.665 on daily. It looks amazing. Let's go to my favorite chart, SPX. As I mentioned, SPX is very likely to invalidate the engulfing candle, and eventually it did, and it literally invalidated the whole engulfing candle. And as I mentioned as well during the morning stream, yes, I would like to see SPX pushing up to 5,300, 5,318 again into a sell zone, like some sort of Fed accumulation, a range that we want to play out, rejection will happen, and then I would like to see it dumping down towards 4,876. So that's the idea of SPX. So if SPX can literally, SPX have proved that it has invalidated this whole engulfing candle. So let's say if SPX can do it, whether Bitcoin can do it, guys. Have Bitcoin got that sort of the firepower to overturn this whole engulfing candle and can make new all-time highs? Yes, the possibility is there. Now honestly, after seeing the SPX literally invalidating this whole engulfing candle, there is still a possibility, there is still a chance that Bitcoin can even do that. Now, the monthly engulfing candle invalidation would be flipping $70,100. We flip 70,100 or even start going beyond 70,100, it is going to invalidate, and we would then be aiming for an upside target for new all-time highs of $78,000. And trust me, I think the move on and upside, we would be getting it, in my view, is likely going to be the ultimate wave 5, because US dominance on the weekly is going to get you or us a retest of the blue zone, as I mentioned in the morning. That is absolutely going to be our get out of everything kind of a zone, actually, at that point of time. The good part about Bitcoin is if you are still out, I've sold my bag yesterday at $62,000, $62.50 basically. I sold my bag because I was, I as I mentioned, I gave you the reason as well. There were possibilities that because we were at the apex zone, we had this ABC as well. So I was like, it can do anything. I mean, it can just flip the 64.5, can run to 70, or it can just simply dump from here to $57,000. So the downside risk for me was higher than the upside, and hence, it was better for me to close or book gains on our, coin margin as well as the spot bags. Yes, we book gains actually. Lastly, we did over here at $65,000. If you remember, 50% spot bags and coin margin contracts we booked. And FET as well, we booked full gains, but it seems that FET really want to flip the 2.161 on the daily. So let's see how are we going to flip that 2.16. If it can reclaim 2.16 on the daily, I do think that we should be rebuying FET then. So looking to Ethereum, I did mention that in the morning, I mean, you should buy some Ethereum over here because we are at a big support. 2,900, 2,880 is your big levels. So definitely you should buy some. And even if it goes down to sweep the lows of 2,780, is a very complex. Ethereum is lagging a lot. And honestly speaking, even a slighter move on the downside for Bitcoin, Ethereum is going to get wrecked, honestly speaking. So practically, I do feel that Ethereum should have one more move on the downside. But if it just gives you the breakout of 3025 to 3040, yes, we can expect Ethereum to pump it up to $3,300 at that point of time. But for now, I do think it's bearish. So I think Ethereum is likely going to sweep up the highs, and we might say 65.9 to 66,000, but just like a deviation, and then would like to see a reversal from there. But as I mentioned, if we can convert or flip that premium zone into a new discount zone, if we can reclaim those premium zone, I do think that Bitcoin is a very high tendency of running up to $70,000 in no time. Maybe in next few 48 to 72 hours, it can literally pump up to those levels. It can go very, very quickly, because that is absolutely going to be your biggest wave C actually. So right now the plan is 70,100 or so sort of levels on the midterm time frame. Lower term time frame, bull case, as I mentioned, flip this premium zone over here, 64.9 or $65,000. We flip those levels on daily time frame. Yes, we're going to run it up turbo to $70,000. We just simply buy the market. That's all we will do. But if we reject with a swing filler pattern, would be a nice short opportunity towards. Again, we will be looking to go down towards May opens, and maybe went to $59,000. Again, we have a lot of liquidity beneath that May opens. Now that if you look at the total, total is bouncing very nicely from our support resistance levels of with 11 rockets over here, and interestingly, it's also trying to flip the EMA 50 daily. So practically, it's like a trend line over here. So I just want to see how what it's going to do, because it has a very similar sort of setup. So I don't see, a proper accumulation. I mean, this is what you got, an impulsive move. You need a proper accumulation. Now the accumulation can happen in two ways: irregular expanded flat like this, an accumulation, and then we run up, or it's simply going to be, something like a normal ABC like this. Here, and then we can run up. Two ways it can do. If it goes for irregular expanded flat, like meaning sweep of the highs, swing filler pattern, and then dump towards 0.382 Fibonacci levels, then it would be very, very interesting for Bitcoin. Basically, we would simply be buying 61.5 to $61,000. We won't even wait for 59K. Absolutely. And we will be simply going to rebuy our earlier zone for Bitcoin actually. So overall, guys, if you look at from the alt perspective, alt is trying hard, but still it needs to reclaim 1.04. Once it reclaims that 1.04 on the daily, the party is on, or will be on for alts. Trust me, guys. And alts are going to run up very, very quickly and very, very hard in my view. So I think we are again on the verge of a breakout or breaking out basically. So let's see what alts are gonna do, but definitely I would say alts, not Ethereum, alts. Yeah, they're trying really good. Lot of good recoveries happening. Even total 3, if you look at here on the 2 hours time frame for total 3. Even total 3 is looking absolutely amazing over here. But trust me, we are still. It's just trying to break out, but still we need to break out. We need to flip the equilibrium of $687.6 billion. So once that equilibrium, basically this levels, I would be buying alts heavily above this levels, because anything we flip here, we can look for a range highs basically. So that's what I would be buying. But this is of course a good levels for total 3 as well. So overall, I think a lot of alts might look good. For example, looking at the Solana, looking at like $153. Yeah, it's a good. It looks good, but you need to understand that even if it is breaking out, you see, but we need to flip the range highs, which is 156.3. So once it flips that 156.3 back again, it reclaims it. You simply buy it, or you simply long it, guys. You don't need anything else, because flipping 156.3 Solana would send it up towards, from here. Once it flips the 156.3 range highs, It can literally run up to the current quarterly opens and previous month highs of 204, and maybe even making new highs of 220 to $235. So that's what Solana can do. So basically it also means that Solana meme season is going to come again, because when Solana peaks out, when it makes new highs, what's going to happen is money is going to start visiting into the Solana meme coins, Solana ecosystem, Solana everything. I mean, whatever it is, everything is going to go good actually. So we need a flip of 156.3. Let's see if we do get a flip on daily time frame. So that's all with our update, guys. I think the market is taunting the bears very heavily. And I was expecting the CPI to come a little bit higher, like 0.01% higher, but it came as expected. Basically, it did not came lower. So it also means that the inflation with respect to last month has slightly reduced, not much, but slightly, but still it is high. The worst part of this whole data was the retail sales month on month. The retail sales was expected to grow by 0.4% versus it did not grow anything. It is stable actually. So basically, I think the market is still not looking great from the numbers perspective for US, but still the dollar got dumped. Why? Because of CPI, and the bond market just shooted up and recovering very nicely. So overall, I feel that BTC is also for now is bullish. You should not be looking for any short here, even if you want to short it, even if the market asks you, because we need a more choppiness for short. So let's say how you would short it. Honestly, how I would short it actually, if you really ask me, I would short the BTC. If it just keeps on chopping her here like this, forming a very nice pattern like this, yes, then we would say that we would do something like this again. But we need a little bit more data for that to confirm. So I would not short it, even if this looks very, very nice and clean for shorting it here. I would just not take that risk, So that's all for tonight's stream, ladies and gentlemen. Also, if you like this whole content, please press the like button. Let's also check the last chart, which would be gold. Gold. Old is gold. Silver, I'm very bullish on silver, guys. Very, very bullish. I think gold is bottomed, and as I mentioned, we went to my 1414 Fibonacci levels. Practically, we went to 2285. I've got a very nice physical gold bag, and I do think now we are going for a higher up towards 2480 to 2490. So I think gold is going to run up towards looking to the daily time frame. Yes, I feel that gold is going to run up big on an upside. Now, what might happen over here? There are two possibilities. That let's say this is whole is 1 2 3 4 5. So we get 1, we get 2, and then we get 3 4 5. That's how it can go. Or it is just like a 1 2 1 2 formation. Too early to say if this is like a some sort of a 1 2 1 2 formation. It's too early over here. I mean, it can be 1 2 1 2 3 is gonna come like this, 4 and 5. So that's how I think gold is going to go. It's looking good. Or the worst case scenario would be like BTC. We up go here, we come down again, chop a little bit, chop a little bit, and then out of nowhere another rally comes out of nowhere. So that's what gold is likely going to. Similarly, it's bullish. I mean, you don't short the gold, guys. It's in an uptrend, and you just simply keep on buying the dips. That's what you do. And I feel bad that I closed silver very early, but it's going. It's simply going. I mean, there is no yellow plan. It's going for a simple, I would say, a plan like this. We go here for 30.31, and we're not going to come back down now to 24. I'm very confident about it. Max it can go to 27.5, and we are running up to $45, guys. So if you have bought the silver bag along with me, guys, just hold, because we are running up to $31, $32 in next few days maybe. And from there we will see a nice move on the downside for silver. So I would like to see silver running up here, and then again a retracement is going to happen, and then after that a bigger impulsive move is going to come for silver towards my target of $40 minimum. I think by end of this year I would like to see silver testing its highs of $50, so that's what I would like to see. I'm not sure whether we're going to see, but I feel that it should come. So I think silver is more inclined for very much looking bullish to me actually versus gold. Yeah, that's all what I have for $50 is what I would aim for silver, a minimum target, guys. If you remember, I gave that long around 21.8 to $22 over here. So if you guys are holding it, hold it, guys. I am holding my silver as well. And my target for silver, ideally, in this bull run, if this whole thing is like a bigger bull run, my target for silver is somewhere around, here, somewhere around $111 to $120 is a minimum target I would like to see for silver, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what I have for gold and silver. Yes, of course, I'll give BTC a near long. Show killed it. Show gave that long, nailed it. I hope you guys rode it. I took a small scalp along with Show, actually, his trade, and I booked full gains around 65K again, because this is a big resistance actually. So I don't mind gonna hold it. But yes, whenever they are ready, surely gonna give it. That's what I am here for actually, to give trades actually, So silver, my friend, bullish, pumping up to 31, 32. We are pumping up. We are bullish. Silver is bullish. Our end target is $50 by end of this year, maybe. $50, very close to $50 is our target for silver by end of this year, actually. So that's all, guys. I would also say do not FOMO here at 64.9, 65K, because that's a resistance and a premium zone, and you don't want to get chopped inside the premium zone. So you just have to wait for it to flip that levels. You have to wait for it to flip. Also, I have DM'd. No. Should we buy silver on prop? No, I think I'll have to give, because on prop, 5% can wreck us. So we need to identify a proper trade for silver. I'll just chart it on 5 minutes time frame and see what can be a good pullback, so that we can just take another maybe some trade for like some sort of a 10-hour 15-hour trade. And silver, I think our bot nailed the silver. I took personally spot buys for silver. Our bot gave AI bot gave us a lot of signals for silver. 15 minutes silver trade. It gave silver long at 28.1, and it also it was just continuously giving long trade for silver basically. So I think it nailed it. 28.16, 28.15, 28.19. It was just keep on giving, and it nailed that trade. Actually, I'm so happy that I took that trade. It lost the gold trade. Actually, it also gave short on gold, but it got invalidated basically. Also, in the morning, it gave short on Bitcoin as well, with an invalidation above 61,900. It gave short at 61,600. That's like almost $300 stop loss, which is fine. But overall, I think the performance is good. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all what I have for today and for tonight. Basically, whatever updates I have, I'll just post it in the Discord, guys. So thanks a lot, and do check our 21M fashion website, and it's mentioned in the description. Also, new screener is coming. Stay tuned. Have a nice night. Take care.